Hello and welcome to It Is What It Is with your host, Michael Matthews. The topic for today is coronavirus, economic, social, and mental effects with my good friend, Jaydin Leo. Jaydin, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you, Michael?
I'm good. So how do you think the coronavirus started? Was it because someone ate a bat or the Wuhan lab?
No, it was definitely the Wuhan lab. I'm pretty skeptical at bat soup. Like, in the beginning, I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. You know, those meat markets are pretty unhealthy. You know, they got bleeding animals everywhere. But I'm like, for how fast this thing is spreading, plus its mutations, this seems more like a biological attack that was created in a lab and was released rather than some unfortunate soup.
Yeah, I think it's all a new world order just trying to lower the population density because China's overpopulated.
Oh, yeah.
America's getting there, people are running out of food, so might as well just
Seriously. And plus with how much they covered up the problem at first too, you could tell if this was just bat soup, people kind of would have been over it. But since it was, covered over for about 3 weeks so it could spread nice and thoroughly throughout there, yeah, no, it's a problem.
I think the biggest fucking thing is that China ordered Australia's medical supplies.
I saw that
2 months before they announced, and oh man, I think.
Well, did you see what Australia is doing? They were trying to actually call out China for their terrible way of handling this, and China actually threatened them with blockading their supplies. So I'm like,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. But the stock market just fucking plummeted.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it's gonna go down this week because it came back and now it's gonna come back down.
Yeah, I know. I did see that, and I think it's gonna continue going down for a while. I mean, eventually, as everything starts to get reopened a little bit, we're opening about 15th, I think, right? I think. Yeah,
May
Ducey
15th.
said the 15th, and we're slowly starting to open. I think things are starting to get a little more kind of positive in people's minds, but it's still going to keep going down for a while.
Yeah, and oil companies.
Oh my God.
Okay. Let's start where oil companies started. Okay. So China closes down all manufacturers. That means they aren't using oil anymore.
Yeah.
And they are the biggest oil consumer in the world.
Yeah.
So just off the bat, oil prices are going to tank because of that.
And they did.
And then recently, futures for oil. So oil companies buy their own prices in the future, and the price went negative.
I know.
I didn't even know that could happen.
It was at negative 37-ish. Yeah. Oh my God, just the crude oil. They were giving it away. They couldn't even give it away.
Yeah. And then there's a picture of all of the oil tankers sitting in a bay because they don't know how to offload oil. And all of the storage worldwide is just completely filled. And that's just crazy.
Yeah, no, that never happens.
That means we're going to be burning fossil fuels for the next 100 years, man.
Probably. I mean, we got to get rid of it.
Yeah, and then Saudi Arabia, they're coming, their biggest oil companies coming out with into the public market. So they have an IPO. Yeah. And the only reason they want to do that is to flex on the rest of the world on how many barrels of oil they have. I think it's in the 10 trillions.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Okay,
they have a fuck ton. And we have our own reserves, USA, but Saudi Arabia.
But not that much. Not even close to that much.
And no wonder oil companies are completely bashing on electric and hemp oils. And there's a conspiracy theory about a water-powered car and he died, obviously. And
of course.
And then the schematics vanished.
Yes, that's what just happens, man. All right, when people suicide, they like to burn their work as well. It's all gone. All right.
So that's economics. Everyone's just staying home. The big thing is curbside pickup.
Yeah.
For a lot of companies.
That's a huge thing. Everywhere you go, you can basically get it curbside pickup. They even have allotted lanes where you can get it delivered to your car.
I think like Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart, they're going to be hiring people called runners just to run in and get their packages. And my dad recently came up with, like, you know how Dutch Bros does their orders?
Yeah.
They go out there and take orders.
Yeah.
And then they show up. I think that's the future, where people are literally going out with a keypad saying, hey, what'd you order? And here's a, like, an order number, and you show up, and bam.
Yeah.
You get it, and then you leave.
Well, the only thing with that, too, is, like, before, like, even curbside pickup was technically allowed in Arizona, like, because it was just recently allowed as everything's starting to reopen. Like, a lot of people have already been doing it, but also a lot of people have been shopping in stores as well. Like, I've been out a couple places, and people are going to stores, no masks, no nothing. And so, like, I feel like quarantine was, you know, fairly effective at, like, keeping people at home and, like, trying to contain some stuff, but it wasn't, like, real quarantine. People were still allowed to go out. It wasn't state mandated. Well, it was state mandated, but it wasn't enforced.
It wasn't like New York and
New
California
York.
where you have to stay home.
Like, the police are there. They're ready to take you.
Did you see how India dealt with quarantine, where they literally whipped you with, like, a wooden cane to go back inside?
I did not. I knew, like, a lot of people there were, like, really crazy about it, but I didn't know about wooden cane punishment.
The craziest thing is that the guy who went outside was doing an interview, and the policeman was just whacking his legs, and he just stood there and kept talking. And it's like, and then also, and then,
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah, India doesn't take no shit.
No, they don't. Jesus.
But everyone being stuck at home, kind of, like, people can get out. Like, my family, they're going off to, like, Payson to just unwind and get out. Yeah. And then, like, being stuck in home, people get stir crazy. I just gotta take a step back and breathe sometimes.
Oh, same here.
I've been taking a lot of naps in the day, just because I'm doing Ramadan, and it sucks.
Yeah, probably.
Sucks a lot.
Probably.
Not eating or drinking the entire day while the sun's up. Yeah. I just gotta busy myself.
Yeah.
My friend Arib, our friend.
Our friend Arib,
he just sleeps most of the day.
I might as well. He can't do anything else, really. He's got to distract himself.
Socially, mentally, like, I'm trying to better myself mentally. I've been watching Gary Vaynerchuk Media.
Yeah.
He does, like, a daily question and answer period. And that just hypes me up and got me to do this. How are you dealing with, like, mental stability?
Okay, well, so sometimes I'm like, you know, I'm pretty solid on it half the time. I'm like, yeah, I got this, you know, pretty motivated just to kind of do stuff. Like, I haven't been listening to podcasts really, but I've been just, like, getting some random knowledge. So, like, a couple weeks ago, one of my AC units broke down.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was awful. For a week straight, it was so hot. And so one of the guys came in to repair it, and I was like, you know what? You know what'd be cool? Just some HVAC training really fast. And so I go on YouTube and I just binge all of HVAC training. Okay. And I'm like, you know, just some general knowledge on this. And it's just kind of been BS like that. Like, whenever something breaks, I'm like, you know what? Let's get some general knowledge on this. And so that kind of keeps me in that sane mindset, as well as, like, being around my family, like, for a lot. Like, this is 6 weeks now, and I'm like, sometimes they're great. Sometimes I get to spend time with them because, like, being alone is the worst in this thing. Being alone in this thing is easily what's going to drive people insane, what has been driving people insane. And people are going to come out of this, you know, the ones that were single and home alone half the time.
Yeah, they're not
going to come out okay.
No.
They're going to come out messed up mentally.
Yeah.
And so, like, I've been trying to, like, you know, do more things with my family, like, instead of, like, you know, watching TV by myself or, you know, playing video games by myself or, like, even with a couple friends. I'll, like, invite my brother. I'll be like, hey, you want to go watch TV with me? Or, hey, you want to eat breakfast with me? Just kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. I recently got my family to go to Star Trek. It's on Netflix now.
Yeah. My dad's been watching it. I need to catch up on it.
The first 5 episodes, oh my god, they are just amazing. They're doing a really good job of, like, acting and plot lines. It's an episodic, so like, it doesn't have any correlation from one to the next.
Yeah.
And the stardate 1704.1. Like, the date changes and it goes back in time and then forward in time, and it's like, Okay, they're not actually following this, are they?
Yeah, no. No. So, I mean, I was bashing on my dad at first because he asked me, like, hey, do you like Star Trek? And I'm like, hell no.
Yeah, same.
All I've seen are the really, really crappy movies that they made. Like, he liked it as a kid, and I can tell because he has, like, a signed picture of Kurt or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, he liked it, but everything I've seen about Star Trek, I'm like, this is hot garbage. But then I started, like, watching the show as he was just in there because he had the TV remote, and I'm like, shit, this is actually not that bad. I'm kind of hooked now.
Yeah. And tomorrow's May the 4th.
Yeah.
And Star Wars binging is going to be the entire day.
Oh, yeah.
So, how are you going to watch Star Wars?
So, I've got Disney Plus, and so...
Okay, I have the discs, but...
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm kind of covered on my own.
Plus, we have the cheater way, anyway. We have Kiss...
No,
Kiss movie.
It's been sucking recently for me.
Yes, actually.
It's been actual ass. Like,
Fast-1-2, yep.
All of them have not been working for me.
Oh.
Both Kiss and... that one.
My
Flixer.
Yeah.
It hasn't been working. Like, I'll go, like, 3 minutes, and then it'll buffer for 5 minutes, and then go, like, 13 seconds.
Well, one software is called Kodi, 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 and you can just get an add-on from there, and you can just stream illegal video, and it just gives you all of the sources, and it should work.
All right.
That's what I've been doing. Well, my family's been doing on their Amazon Fire Stick for like 2 years now.
Okay, I'll have to do that then.
Yeah. Kodi.
Kodi, got it.
So the way I'm gonna watch Star Wars is we're gonna do 4, 5. I gotta decide between 1 or 2 because it's a flashback from. So, like, a flashback to Anakin. Yeah. So I think 2 because 1 is just
I hate 1. Okay, yeah. I hate 1.
I mean, I want to, like, just clip some of 1 because who doesn't love Qui-Gon Jinn?
Oh, of course, yeah, 100%.
And, like, Darth Maul. That's the only thing
that's
we're
all
be
you
watching.
can really like. But then, like, you have little Anakin, and I'm like, dude, I can't stand you. You're the worst.
Yep. And he's hidden on Padme? No, yeah, Padme.
Yeah, he is hitting on Padme. Yeah.
Sorry, I confused.
You're good. You're good. I was like, he did.
And then boom, like episode 2 and 3, they're like, hey, we're like the same age now. It's like, what?
Yeah, like,
no.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah. So 4, 5, a flashback on 2, and then like some Clone Wars, like cartoon Clone Wars.
Okay. Yeah.
And then 6. And then 3.
Okay, good. I was like, you can't skip 3.
You can't skip 3. Some more Clone Wars to fill in some gaps because they have some really good, like, Jedi backstory.
Yeah. They really give a lot of depth into, like, some of the things that they kind of, like, kind of sideline on the movies. Like, you'll see a couple different things, but when you watch the Clone Wars, you're like, oh, shit, that's what that's for. It's actually important.
Wait, Code 66, it's in my head. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to do any Rogue One or any of the in-betweens.
Yeah, I mean, for all the in-betweens, I think Rogue One was the best. I hated Solo. I think it was it was garbage.
It was too liberalized.
It was awful. I mean, honestly, it was bad.
Yeah,
it's really bad.
I got into, like, the first 20 minutes and I was like,
yeah, I saw it in theaters and I'm like, well, that wasn't as hype as I thought it'd be.
Ouch. How to watch it in theaters, that sucks.
Yeah.
And then I want to do some of the latest sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, not the last one because
not the
Return of the Jedi. No, what's that called? The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi's 8. The Last Jedi's 8. It's in the middle of the 2. It's the one with Luke throws the lightsaber over the shoulder.
I didn't like the ending of 9.
Ending of 9, it was more, kind of, hey, remember this? They had to use the heavy nostalgia bait just to kind of tie the story together as fast as they could.
Even though Lucasfilms does admire the repeating of history.
Yep.
J.J. Abrams.
Oh, he took it way too seriously. He literally took it as like, okay, this is what we're doing.
The exact same, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna copy this movie, gonna copy this movie.
As long
right, new character. All right, there we go.
Yeah, a new rebellion, like a Death Star, and like they did the exact same like cut scenes,
I know.
like blowing a planet. Yeah.
No, he really, really should have cut that last movie into 2 parts. I think it could have gone over so much better.
They rushed a lot of fight scenes.
They rushed the entire first half of the thing. They literally went cut. Okay, we're back. Here's the finale.
Yeah, and if you watch the fight scenes, some of them are good. Others are like, hey, I'm going to duck for no reason. I'm going to fall over for no reason.
I know. The choreography in The Last Jedi was the worst. They're like, all right, this is our most badass scene, and it was awful.
I really wish Rey went to Palpatine, like, and accepted him. But there was no, like, connection between, like, oh, you're my grandfather. Oh,
no,
I have no connection because
would've-
I thought my father was, like, blah, 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 blah.
Dude.
You know, like,
well, no,
Luke.
I totally would have loved if Rey stayed Rey Nobody. Like, I think there was like a deeper message behind that, because it wasn't, oh, you need to be some part of family name or whatever. You don't have to be a Skywalker.
That's a
You don't
good
have to be a
point.
Palpatine. You know, the Force picks and chooses who it illuminates with its, you know, powers and such. And so I think like a nobody, that kind of elicits hope to, you know, everybody.
Yeah, that's a good point, but
You know, they're just like, all right, we got to tie him back into the thing. He's got to be behind it all again.
yeah, Palpatine is always behind it.
Yeah.
Let's get back to education. How's education going for you?
Oh, God.
Okay, let's give some backstory.
Yep.
So we are doing online school, and classes are only 30 minutes long with 10-minute break periods from 8:30 to 1 on Cisco's meeting called WebEx, because we don't trust Zoom.
No.
Actually, recently Google just banned all their employees from using Zoom.
No shit.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Bad for the company.
Well, yeah, bad for Zoom.
Yeah.
But good for Google.
And privacy and shit.
Yeah.
So it's optional because the teachers are not allowed to take attendance and
Can't drop your grades either.
can't drop your grades. So I ended up with having all A's except for philosophy, which was a B, which is
That's fine. It's
understandable.
philosophy.
Yeah. I'm actually loving it, by the way. Yeah.
Wish I could say the same for government.
I only go to philosophy. I don't go to stats. A first hour. I only do that, and then he actually has an active after hours.
Oh, that's cool.
So we just shoot the shit. Venus comes along, Venus Capadia.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but yeah, I only go to philosophy and then enjoy my day. What do you do?
So, what really sucks is like, I go to government because like I know Johnson is like all over it because he's just like, hey, we the people is still on, and I'm like, it shouldn't be.
Fuck, that sucks.
Yeah, so next week I have to dress up formally, and my team has to
Yeah.
write, you know, the speech or whatever, and we haven't even started yet, so.
So We the People is a government unit where a team of 5 or 6 people have to be the experts on a certain subject. So what's your unit?
We got Unit 4. I know. I was really bummed because
there's a lot of content.
Because that's the one I kind of like, you know, skimmed over. He's like, this is the meat of the textbook, and I'm like, I'm gonna skim the meat of the textbook. I look and see what group I'm in, and I'm like, Unit 4. Shit.
So you got to work with a team and answer questions and
Yeah.
just know all of like the Constitution.
Luckily, I have a couple nice people in my team. I got Jordan Lee, which I already know he's gonna write the speech.
Of course.
He's gonna write the speech. And I got Emily McColdrick as well.
Yeah,
so
she's a good one, but she's not that vocal. She's
not that vocal.
But you gotta, and she knows her stuff.
And then who else do I have? I think I have Mikey as well.
Oberding.
Yes,
Yeah.
Olverding.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I know he's a pretty solid worker, and I got Angela as well. So
yeah, that's a good team right there.
it's pretty solid. I'm glad I didn't end up with like Nico and Daniel. Oh, could you imagine how bad it's gonna
The
be?
productivity of those two, they're like catalysts for one another, just not working at all.
Yeah, no, Nico hasn't shown up to any of his classes in like 3 weeks, so you know, glad I didn't end up with him.
Yeah, how's calc? Do you have to do like an after school thing?
So here's Calc. She actually doesn't want to do 8:30 classes. She's like, nope, too early. like, cause she's sitting up in Sedona right now.
Oh wow.
Like I think she has a cabin or a house up in Sedona, and so she's just
Smart.
been living
She
there
got
for the
out of
past
Dodge
6
real
weeks.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
so
smart.
what we do is we have a WebEx meeting from 3 to 4 every day except Wednesday, and the weekend, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
And you get into series, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never like with Moss. I never got into sequences of series. Yeah. So I have no idea what's going on.
No, we're finishing up Taylor series right now. So I mean,
I got some good memes for Taylor.
Oh.
Because it's like Drake looking at like Taylor Swift, and then it's like nope, and then like Taylor series,
Oh my god, no, Taylor series. They're not hard. They're just really annoying. But the thing I learned is like, I didn't show up to math for 2 weeks, so I was like, oh, I could pick this shit up on my own. I was kind of lazy, and then 2 weeks go by. I'm looking at my homework, and it's like these 3-dimensional models and finding the volumes and areas of them.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
and that's why you.
Yeah, because I haven't been showing up, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah,
I literally went to that prep book and looked at where the fuck is it? There's only one page for the entire like volume.
Yeah,
so it's like discs versus like
discs and the washers.
Washers, yeah.
And shell, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I hated that because I forgot it and I was like, I know how to do this, yay! And then nope.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna be on the AP test. By the way, AP tests are going to be wild, man.
Yeah, so AP tests are only free response, and is it 1 or 2 questions?
Well, actually, I think it depends. So, like, some classes are going to have...
So, A-Push only has 1 DBQ, while Stats has 2 free response.
I think every math class has 2 free response that they're going to do. Histories are probably going to have 1 DBQ. English, I'm guessing...
Probably
maybe
1 or 2 essays.
I was going to guess 1. I was going to guess 2, like 1 30-minute and 1 15-minute, like a short response paragraph.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how they're breaking up, because it can only be 45 minutes. And so they're talking about having like a 15-30 or a 20-25 kind of system.
Checking the time, it's 11:22.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, I want to prepare for stats. Oh, computer science?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. I think it's only going to be like 1 or 2.
Probably.
And
probably 2. I was
I don't go to a Gilman's class, computer science.
He never has class. So
really? Okay, good.
Yeah, because I check, because he always sends out an email, and he was like, hey, I have class, these days. But in the past 2 weeks, he hasn't had physics or computer science.
Wow. He's just given up.
He's just gone off the grid. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
I mean, I don't really
Now
mind.
I don't feel bad for not showing
up. Don't feel bad, because I think he only had that 1 computer science class, and that was it. Like, he never had it again. He's like, hey, Jaydin, have you been watching the videos? Because it was only me and Chris that showed up.
Oh, no!
He's like, have you been watching the videos? And I was like, no, I've been doing some other work on it, though. And he's like, okay, you should watch the videos. And he's like, okay, that's it, guys. It was like a 10-minute WebEx meeting. And then he hasn't shown up since.
Yeah, I've been doing free response on College Board, and oh my god, some of the things are tough, because I go learn Python, and then I go learn C++, which is just like Java, but it's a little different.
I know, I've checked out C++.
It's similar syntax.
Yeah. It follows a similar pattern. It's just weird.
Yeah, the only difference is that, like, Java, you can do it on any, like, operating system because they have their virtual machine, while C++ only works on Windows because it's a binary compiler. Yeah. I looked into that shit.
Oh.
But I forgot how to get a random number, math.random. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then some just weird, like, you have to know how to work with an array. So like dot add, dot pop, dot remove. It's like, and then you confuse like the different methods between Python and Java. So you're trying to do like dot index, and it's like, what the fuck are you trying to do? It's like, oh fuck, and you got to do it by hand, or like I type it.
It's gonna be typed this year, so I mean.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's their system. So what they're doing is like it's all open notes, like 100% open notes, and so like.
But not open internet.
Do they have lock browser? Are they gonna do lockdown browser?
I think they're gonna do lock browser, like how ASU did Alex.
Yep.
Yeah. I think they're gonna do that. But I have a separate computer.
Yeah, so do I.
And we have phones, so
Exactly.
I think they're actually going to track your IP and just track your network
I don't
for
know.
that 45 minutes, because that would make sense.
It would make sense, but
Like, hey, give us your IP address, give us your password, and then we're going to track all of your network. It's like,
No, but-
that's sketch.
what I'm worried about it is like with the AP test, since it's only like 1 to 2 questions,
Mhm.
like
How are they
what if
gonna-
you were strong in the subject but you're a
Mm.
little weaker in that one point and
I
you
mean-
fuck up on it and now you got a 2?
Well, open notes and open book.
Well, I got open notes, but like let's say world history or whatever. Like unit 3 or whatever, when they're covering like Chinese expansion and stuff and the breaking of it.
Yeah.
Like what if you just weren't that strong in that subject and that's your entire DBQ?
Yeah.
And so like you're reading through it but you don't make that strong of
That's
a
a good
case.
point.
You only got like a 3 or a 2
Well,
now.
even for people that are doing really well, like, our college is going to take it. They say they're going to take it.
I know they're
but
saying they're gonna take
I
it,
doubt
but I'm like,
that shit.
I don't know. Like ASU is always sketchy with their AP stuff. They
Yeah.
always want you to like, hey, you gotta take this test.
I know you got a 5 on the Calc BC, but you got to take Calc
Yeah,
for
yeah.
engineering. It's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you talking about? But
No,
yeah,
so I think there's another test actually, by the way, that I'm gonna ask at orientation. Did you sign up for an orientation date yet?
Yeah, it's in, like, June.
Oh, I got mine May 18th, so I got a
Oh,
little
you
luckier.
motherfucker.
Got luckier.
I
but
got
yeah.
June,
Oh,
like, 13th.
That's fucking rough, man.
And I don't even know any finances, like actual finance.
Mhm.
I do an estimator,
Yeah.
but like beyond that, like
Mhm.
I don't know, and I won't get a financial advisor until orientation.
Oh my god.
Fuck, I'm fucked.
Yeah, no. So, I think they're gonna like make us all take another test that like approves your AP score. Like, oh, here's your score. You qualify for this test.
Gotcha.
You pass this test. You can move on.
Talking about placement tests, I was 1 fucking point below. And that
Oh
was my
my
second
God.
try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cheat this time. Obviously, I'm gonna have a calculator
Yeah.
like with me,
Mhm.
so I can do the sine -1 or like secant -1 of like fucking angle of it sucks. Learning the fucking unit circle.
it was
so fate.
So, like, actually for the unit circle, because, like, that second test, that's all they bombarded me with. I had, like,
Mhm.
a third of it was the unit circle. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember the unit circle. They kept asking me, like, tan of 45 pi over 6. I'm like, I don't know.
Exactly.
No, but I actually found this, like, really cool Asian math dude. Like, one YouTube video, and he's like, hey, here's an easy way of remembering it. It was, like, half, third, sixth over, pi over 2, pi
Yeah.
over 3, pi over 6. It's like, and then cosine is just the opposite of that.
Yeah.
And it follows that same system.
Mhm.
And that's what pulled me through the entire unit
there was
circle.
a lot of square roots, like square root 3 over
Mhm.
2, and then square root 2
That-
over
that-
2. and
That's
then
what just
half,
helped me
and
out,
it's
because I was
fuck.
like, wait a minute. If I watch this video right before I start the test, I start the test, and then I write down all the notes as fast as I can
Yeah.
about it. That's how I actually got through some of that unit circle portion. No, it was a pain.
Yeah, because once you get into calc, you don't use trig
No,
at all.
no, you don't.
An interesting concept came up of like educational tests
Mhm.
where you can't cheat or you can't look up anything
Yeah.
is counterproductive to the industry because
yeah.
you have to look up everything. Like
Yeah.
as a software developer, I go to Stack Overflow
Yeah. Oh my
like,
god.
always, and it's brilliant. And
Yeah, no, Google, Stack Overflow, all of that information is like so accessible now. Like just by doing placement tests, like I get when you're like in the younger grades or whatever, kind of see
You
how
have to
you're
know.
mentally developing,
Yeah.
like the basics, your foundational stuff. But when you hit like that more high school phase, like maybe middle high school, not exactly freshman because they're still
Yeah,
retarded.
they are.
Let's be honest here. Like maybe like junior, senior level, you should have open access to the internet because not only does it measure how well you understand certain concepts, you understand how well you can access information as well.
And it's
so
not
like if
just
you don't
yeah.
know something, if you know how to look something up, like specifically, because if you type
Right.
in something like you don't
teaching
know
you how to Google.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
if you don't know how to Google, like, that's a problem.
That is a problem.
Like, you don't know and you're not gonna
That's
know.
fundamentally bad for a human
Yeah, but
in this society.
But now, if they teach how to Google and you understand how to Google, if you don't understand something, you can now look it up and you can then apply it.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's just that same thing with just developing the common knowledge over this, quarantine kind of thing. It's just looking up different stuff. I mean, we have access to all of this information. I mean, it's not going anywhere.
You won't have a calculator in your pocket. Well,
I kind of do.
Yeah.
I actually have all of the world's information in my pocket right now.
Turns out I don't know how to subtract that very well, or like add, because I can do calculus.
Mm-hmm.
I can do like linear algebra.
Yep.
And I try to do all of this shit mentally, and I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to like subtract, and I'm like, how do I take one? And
Yeah,
then it's
no.
like, what?
My mom asked a couple of second graders. She was like, "What's 22 minus 8?" And I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, "Wait a minute, what is 22 minus 8?"
Frick. Is it? Wait.
It's 14.
Oh shit.
I had to drop it down to 20, bring the 8, and then add 2.
Oh, you're right.
I keep after doing these mental tricks because like my addition and subtraction is getting lower and lower because I just use my calculator for it. I don't need to remember mental.
You get 2 angles on a triangle. What's the third?
What's 67
gets out
plus
calculator.
88?
Yeah. And then subtract from one. It's like,
One.
what?
Yeah.
No. Oh no.
Oh yeah, I've lost that good skill, but I mean, it's not really needed anymore.
Yeah, and back to topic.
Yeah.
Like, education fucked.
Mhm.
Honestly, just pushing out all the seniors. I'm a senior, Jaydin's a senior, and we are fucked for.
Oh yeah.
Never went to prom.
Nope.
Not gonna walk. Not gonna hear
Nope.
Kalkman's voice call out our full names.
Aw.
Like, that's fucking hurts.
Yeah.
I was ready to like dress us all the way up. You,
Yeah.
me, Rich, Alper, just like
no,
Caleb.
it was gonna be great.
Get a limo, fucking go and.
No, it was gonna be awesome,
Mhm.
but it got canceled. Well, actually, today Gilbert District's coming out with how they're doing graduation, and it's gonna be a district mandated. So our school might have like a little special thing, like a waffle
because
drive-through or something.
Because we are special. We're always underlooked.
We're overlooking the other people.
Yes.
There.
We have special privileges.
We do get some special privileges, but yeah, I think Gilbert District is going to have, just one district mandated kind of ceremony or whatever. Might just be like WebEx or Zoom meeting or some shit.
I wanted to do like a little carousel around our school, just like all of us in our cars.
Yeah, that was the original idea. We were actually gonna bust open the track and do that.
Oh,
we were gonna
yeah,
drive around the track and
right.
do a little carousel like that, and we were gonna pick up
You
our
reach
diploma
over,
through the
shake-
window,
shake-
shake the hand, grab your diploma, and then pick up a waffle that Johnson made.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
That was the idea, but we keep juggling ideas with Heinz or whatever. And
I tried to get into one of her meetings. Like, she said, we're gonna have a meeting, and I tried to go, and it's like, it's closed. And I'm like,
she hasn't had a meeting in a while, actually.
Yeah.
It's been probably a week now.
Yeah.
But did you turn in your senior thesis?
I didn't turn it in, but I have it basically. I have like the works cited added. I have the cover page.
Yep.
We're not doing an abstract.
Nope, no abstract.
Okay. I just need to. I mean, here's the thing. I could make it better.
Yeah.
Because right now there's an idea,
Uh-huh.
and then I talk about it, and then later on I go back to it, and it's like a web that I have to unweave.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to.
Well, I think it's due next Thursday, so you got
Okay.
a little bit of time.
Yeah. My thesis is like decentralized school districts and how different schools in a district could specialize their education like for their own community needs.
Yeah, and mine's empathetic workplace practices will increase job satisfaction and oh god, I'm already starting to forget it. Workplace ethics as well.
Simon Sinek.
Yep.
Yep. He's been doing a lot of YouTube. Not a lot, but he's been doing more YouTube stuff like, what's your why? And like, that kind of thing.
Kind of asking the bigger questions and whatever. No, just honestly, like, my thesis right now, oh, dude,
Not
like,
good?
just looking at, no, it's good. I actually turned it in, but what I'm saying is, like, on the realistic level right now, it's just really hard to look at a world standpoint because, like, we all have to have this right now, but almost nobody's having it right now because of how afraid everyone is.
Well, yeah.
Exactly, and so it's really hard to care for someone else when you're afraid for your own life or that of your families.
Yeah, and Like, I got laid off from my job.
I know you, yeah.
That was shitty.
You can't even file for unemployment, can you? Or, I mean, you're not going to get accepted, really.
I think I can. It's just
Well,
that
yeah,
my
you can,
dad
but-
doesn't want me to because I don't need it. But I
Uh-huh.
think that's bullshit because I want free money.
Yeah.
In my free time, I've been doing video games. I've been like Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
I've been posting that content onto
All right.
Instagram, man,
There you go, man.
on TikTok and all that. I've been making memes for Gary Vaynerchuk. Like, I just love him, and he gets me so hyped. I just make all the SpongeBob memes and shit.
Yeah.
I've been meditating. I try to go out like during the 5 times of Islamic prayer. So like sunrise, when the sun's at the highest point, afternoon, sunset, and then before bed. I've been trying to do that in my own way. So like I go out, breathe, take some deep breaths, enjoy the sun.
Yeah.
You know, because I think like every religion revolves around the sun, because like the word Bible comes from the Greek word biblios, which is like the word for sun. And it's like Amen came from Amen Ra, which is like an Egyptian. Like,
Yes, it was praise. It wasn't praise the sun. It was something around that, though.
Yeah. So I mean, he gives us like the sun.
It literally gives us life.
Yeah.
Like, without it, we're dead.
Yeah. So there's no reason not to. What have you been doing in your free time?
Video games, catching up on some TV, actually, like all the shows that Hulu's coming out with, and Netflix as well. Like, I just finished up Upload and Outer Banks. Would recommend, they're actually pretty good.
Okay.
You know, just casually playing some video games on the side. I've been working out a little bit. You know, I've been trying to get it each and every day. Like, I fell into a little bit of depression over, like, the last 3 weeks. Like, I started off strong. I was like, hell yeah, quarantine, no school, let's go, everything's great. And I, like, you know, I was doing everything I wanted. And then, like, there was a 3-week period where I'm like, shit.
Yeah,
I'm losing it.
Yeah.
And so I just started picking up working out again last week. You know, I really started, you know, just doing the basic cardio. I don't have a weight set at home.
If you want to trim fast, it's called a HIIT, HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. It's basically do sprints.
Yep.
And then walk it off. So like, I can't because I will die because it's Ramadan. But
yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's effective. So like,
I bet.
There's different cardio. Like, you don't have to do high impact like jogging or running, because that's just like boom straight on your spinal cord. Like, so like rowing, that's one. Isometric cardio is like feet up in the air pedal.
Oh no. I hate the bicycle kicks, and I hate the leg lifts.
Burpees.
I hate burpees too.
Mountain climbers. Yeah. I've been doing my own workout routine, but I've been slacking too.
Yeah.
Like, I destroyed my legs on Monday, and I forgot to stretch afterwards.
Oh God.
And my
it's
hamstrings.
gonna hurt
my
like
hamstring.
hell.
I couldn't walk up the stairs.
Yeah.
No, I have a bar, and I did front squats.
Yeah.
And I pushed myself, obviously, and then it's like, fuck. I can't do this. So today, Sunday, I'm good. I'm good now.
Yeah, same. Because what seriously motivated me is I haven't gained weight in 3 years. Since my freshman year, I've been sitting at 130 to the 135 range.
Wow.
And so I haven't gained weight, but like I weighed myself like 2 weeks ago, and I was like in the low to mid 140s now, and I was like, holy shit. It's those Ole Jose burritos I keep eating.
Yeah, just tracking what you eat, like how many calories.
Yeah, I've been eating really unhealthily. Like,
that's good. I mean, for you, because it's like, hey, I want to gain weight.
I do. I want to gain some weight.
I barely eat anything.
Yeah. So like, no, I've been either not eating anything or like binge eating, which is unhealthy as fuck.
Yeah.
I've been trying to control it a lot more, but like, it's tough, man. When there's nothing to do, and I'm like,
Drink water. Staying hydrated is the biggest thing. I have 2 water bottles, one for the morning, one for the evening. So like, it's like, I need to drink water in the morning. So I wake up at 4:30, my alarm didn't go off this morning, and I saw the sun coming up, and I was like, what time is it? Oh, it's like almost 5. Motherfucker. I run downstairs, drink a shit ton of water.
Yeah.
Bad for you because your body can't absorb the water.
You understand? Yeah, it's terrible.
I pull out the last slice of pizza, put on some habanero hot sauce, and then just fucking eat it cold. And I'm like, fuck, my teeth hurt. So I heat it up and I just fucking chow.
There you go.
It's like, fuck.
No, I have to remind myself to drink water. Like yesterday, I think I had 2 cups of water. Like that was it. Like I woke up, I just went throughout my day and I'm like, shit, I need to drink water. Mm-hmm. So I drank some water and then, I'm like, I'm going to go back in like the next 30 minutes, an hour, and I'm like, I'm going to go get some more water. I forget about it. It's like 8:30 at night. I'm like, I need water. And I just go through the rest of my day. I have to constantly remind myself, I'm like, I need to drink water.
My sister, she wakes up, drinks coffee, and then does like 4 cans of soda for the entire day. No water. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's just like, it. And no one asked. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Drink water. And she's like, no. And then she just gets antsy, and my dad's like, hey, stop fucking with your sister. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm trying to fucking...
Oh my god.
But yeah, drinking water. I'm trying to eat kind of healthy. I need calories because I don't eat during the day.
Yeah.
I actually fast longer in the day because days are like 14 hours long. And then nights, I go to bed at like 12. I wake up at 4:30. I eat, then go back to sleep until 8. It sucks.
God, at least your sleep schedule seems pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Mine has been off the fucking rails.
Yeah.
Like some days it'll be like midnight, nice and healthy.
Yeah.
And then it started, 1 and 2 o'clock ish, depending on what I'm doing. But if I've got friends online, we play till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, shit, I haven't slept in like 23 hours.
My sister last night stayed up till 7:30 a.m.
Nice.
And then got up at 10 to go up to Payson. And she says she's fine, and she says she has a good mental health, and I'm like, you have LED lights in your room, and this is not okay.
Yeah, oh my god, I've been there, man. I'm like, what, I'm fine. I feel good on this no sleep,
Yeah.
I'm active, I'm healthy.
And then you just fucking crash.
I'll either crash or my emotions just, like, are all out of proportion. Like, something small can happen and it'll be big. It'll be really big. Like, I remember I spent the night over at a friend's house, and we fucked around the entire day and night. I go and I watch like a slightly sad movie, and I'm bawling. Fuck. I'm like, oh my god, I've done this. Oh my god, it was awful.
Yeah. The only time I did an all-nighter was when I played Subnautica. Subnautica.
Oh my god, dude.
I played Subnautica, and I saw the sunrise in my window. I'm like, fuck, what time is it?
Subnautica completely ruined like 1 week of school for me. Because like I kept signing on to the WebExes, but I was playing Subnautica the entire time. I played it like all day straight. I didn't pay attention to any of my classes.
It's good because it's
God, I was so addicted.
Yeah, and like you don't think that there's plot line, but then you explore and there's like, oh fuck,
there's real plot, like a storyline there. Yeah, I know. I'm actually really excited. So I just dug around my room since I haven't done that in a while, and I found a couple $100, and I was like, oh shit, I should upgrade my my GPU. And so I plan on upgrading my GPU. I don't know what I'm gonna do it yet. I've got a 470 RX 470.
Yeah.
So dude, I haven't changed anything out of my computer. It's been like 6 years. I finally got a Ryzen 5 for my new CPU. I finally just spent the money because I don't even remember what I had. It was awful, though, I can tell you that. Like, my computer, I'd be playing a game, and then the monitor would just shut off, and you couldn't access it again. I could tell shit was just overheating in there. And I'm like, all right.
That's why you need fans. Like
I have fans, but my GPU was so old that, like, the GPU was taking over all the overload.
Shit.
And so it would just shut itself down. I'm like, shit.
I'm working with Alper on trying to build a PC. Yeah. And right now it's like $600 for like the whole thing.
Pretty solid.
No monitor, no keyboard, no mouse because I already have that stuff. But like just the tower, good solid like PC. I have a terabyte of SSD. That's just like, because I want long term.
Yeah.
And I want it to last more than like 5 years, and that's hard because
that's really hard.
Well, my family is a laptop family, so that is even worse because you can't. So I looked up how to replace a laptop GPU. You can't.
You can't.
It's
no,
hard.
It's so
hardboard into the motherboard.
Yeah, you would have to literally start tearing. You would have to know exactly what you're doing if you wanted to do this, because you got to open the bag and everything's flat.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely flat, so you have to know where everything is. You can't shock this thing, otherwise it's fucked forever.
Yeah, and most of my dad's computer, it's so slow. I look at the RAM, it's DDR3, 4 gigabytes.
Oh my god,
like,
that's...
What the fuck?
That's terrible.
First of all, the computer only taking DDR3 is kind of shit.
Yeah.
For the record, DDR4, I have 2 8 sticks that I have recommended right now. I haven't bought them yet, but I want to, because that is the future.
That's what I do have sitting in my PC right now. I've got 2 8 sticks. What are you thinking about going for your GPU? So I see you're following the AMD route. Where are you going with this? 750 or I forget. Alper gave me a really good suggestion, because I had a shitty graphics card. It was like a 450G. Oh, dude, that's even worse than mine. Mine was terrible.
So.
Oh my god.
You gotta spend money on the GPU.
You seriously do.
Yeah. Especially if you want to play games on it.
Yeah.
Because I downloaded Rainbow Six on my work computer.
Yeah.
I loaded up. It's like, graphics card is not optimal. And I'm like, I'm gonna play it anyways. And you know the frames per second? 20. 20 frames per second. I would try to peek, and then I would die without even seeing any person. It's like, fuck. What the fuck? Oh, that's why I'm only looking at the Xbox to game and record and shit.
Yeah.
I have a good setup. So I have, like, my big-ass monitor.
Yeah.
My computer, and then my Xbox down there, and I just change out the HDMI cord between the two.
Nice.
So I just, like, work
I don't think I'm ever going to switch to a PlayStation or Xbox. So what sucks is, like, I always wanted one or the other back when I was growing up. Still when, like, probably PS2 and PS3 was, like, really alive.
PS2.
I know, PS2 was really alive when I wanted one of these things.
Shit, yeah.
But my parents were always like, I'm fine with you playing some of those games, but I don't want your brothers seeing them. And I didn't have a personal monitor back then, so I'd have to use the TV.
GTA
and so
be like.
They never, ever got me an Xbox or a PS4, and I could never really afford one either, you know? Never had a working job. And so I finally got a PC back when I was a freshman, or maybe in 8th grade, I don't know, maybe the end. And so, like, I just never made that switch, and so I usually just up my PC. And anyway, once I get that new graphics card, once I buy that, I think I'm gonna go take a VR set. I think I'm gonna move to VR. I would love to play Subnautica in VR.
Talk to Aiden. He has a VR headset. He should have some good recommendations.
Yeah, because I do need some recommendations. I'm not that familiar with the market.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta know your people.
I know Oculus is a name brand, but they're always sold out of everything. Like, I always go on their site. I'm like, okay, I think they're like S whatever is good. I always scroll down. It's like out of stock. I'm like,
Oh, Xbox is coming out with a new console. Have you seen that?
Yep, I've seen both of them actually. The PS5 and the new Xbox.
Oh, I haven't seen the PS5, but I saw the Xbox it's just like
it's a tower.
small sized tower.
Yeah.
And the graphics seem to be fucking
they're beautiful.
Crazy.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, and everything's just stacked onto one another. And have you seen the fan and like how the fan works?
No, I haven't.
The fan's at the very top, and it just like does a cyclone down into it. It's so cool.
No, that is really cool. No, the PS5 looks awful. It looks like a hot tub, to be 100% honest. Like, it's like this just square, but it's got like this raised edge kind of like here, and it tilts in.
Yeah,
I don't know what they were thinking.
Maybe it's like a gaming rack where you leave your games. I don't know. Maybe it was like more self-sufficient cooling, but honestly, their design looks awful. Yeah. Like, compared to the Xboxes. Yeah. And it seems like Xbox seems to have the better shit.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I think honestly, in terms of quality, I think they're gonna exceed PlayStation right now because one, the access to more games, because you remember the console wars, like everyone was like better graphics or more games, and you know everyone that side of the Xbox is more games, but you know Xbox now really kind of upped their style a little bit, so PS4 better come out with more of their PS4 exclusives.
And Xbox One games is still compatible with Xbox One. The new one.
Yeah, they work both ways. You can use, I think, isn't it all the older generations work with the Xbox 5 except like PS1 or 2 or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Like all recent generations kind of pair nicely with it as long as it, you know, takes a disc.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that's pretty cool as well because like that's one thing why I never wanted to get into consoles because like I don't want to go buy a game and then like I get the new console like, oh, you need a new game now.
If you go on to like eBay or OfferUp, PS4s are like $200.
Well, I wouldn't even buy one right now with the new systems coming out. Why would you?
Yeah, exactly.
Like how old are they now? Like 4 years old?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the console industry really took a breather. Like
they were pushing them out one after the other, and now it was like, okay, you're sticking with this.
Have you seen AMD stock? It is fucking crazy because everyone is doing WebEx. Yeah. If everyone's doing virtual meetings, they need better graphics. Better graphics means better GPUs. That means AMD
is making money.
Yeah. I mean, no one's using Intel, unfortunately, because AMD is like more innovative and shit. And they release so much.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, all right, new product. All right, new product. Oh, look at this new product. Yeah. And, you know, most of them are actually really good. And, you know, most of them are pretty quality in terms of stuff. So it works.
Yeah. Overall, I'm just trying to, like, stay happy, stay healthy, make content, stay busy, not drink water during the day until May 23rd. May 23rd. Yeah. After fucking graduation.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if I can do it.
It's going to be tough.
I've actually, like, had a discussion with someone who is of the Islamic faith, and they're like, hey, you can quit anytime because you're a bitch-ass pussy trying to take this Ramadan from us. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to participate. I'm going to try. But I'm going to try my best. I can drop out, but I like the challenge.
Yeah, might as well. The thing is, like, it's not even, like, you know, well, it is completely a religious thing.
Yeah.
For them, obviously, heavy importance, but for you, it's, like, just something to take your mind off the matter.
Yeah,
really.
And it gets me so productive during the day, because I don't go eat lunch. You
don't really think about it anymore. Yeah. You're, like... Because I always make the excuse with my homework, like, because I'll always get, you know, some form of BS homework. I'm like, you know what? After dinner. I'll think about it. I'll use that as an excuse. And then I'm like, you know what? After I do this. Yeah. But, like, without that distraction, I mean, you can really just get a lot of shit done because you don't have to, you know, postpone anything.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me is just, like, just fucking do it. Don't hesitate. Don't make any drafts. If you're going to make an email, like, there's a difference. Like, you write it out, and then you put the person you're going to send it to. So if you accidentally click enter and send, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
That won't happen.
Yeah, no, that really happens.
Just fucking do. And, like, I'm trying to convince Trinity to make a podcast on Vampire Diaries.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah. And if she doesn't, I'm going to make my sister do it. And, like, they're both
I was worried for a second that you were going to do it. I'm like, dude, you're going to watch all of Vampire Diaries?
I mean, the best thing about... we're running out of time, but Vampire Diaries, you don't have to watch everything through it all. It's almost episodic where you don't have to watch any of it.
Okay.
You jump in, it's like, oh, who's that? Oh, he's a werewolf. Oh, he's a hybrid between werewolf and, like... Oh, there's an original vampire. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's
my parents used to watch that. I never really got involved in that. I was... way too young because they were watching it when it was like really airing on TV and stuff.
Fuck.
That's when they were watching it, so I was like 6 or 7 years old.
I mean, I like Gossip Girl, like Jane the Virgin, like Vampire Diaries, but like that kind of show because it's stupid and bad acting.
Yeah.
People will argue that it's not bad acting, but everyone knows it's bad acting.
No, 100%. Like it's awful.
Like Damon, one of the main vampires, is like 30 playing a 20-year-old. It's like. So
Nah, I love all the originals with like 30-year-olds playing high schoolers. And so you just got this old ass dude shutting a locker, and you're like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But overall, thanks for being here.
Yo, thanks for having me, man.
Hopefully we can do more. I want to do another podcast about the stock market and the future on that. Right now, I think it's going to crash this week.
Yep.
Alper almost got tricked into buying a bullish stock on oil. Would have lost so much money.
Yeah.
Wait on oil. I would say get into Johnson & Johnson, but it's way too high right now. It came 100%.
Holy shit.
Like, it dropped
Yeah.
and went back up, and it had their 52-week high
Holy shit.
recently.
Wow.
So,
All right, yeah, no, don't get into that right now.
Yeah,
I'd
just
wait for
wait.
that.
yeah. ETFs are the way to go. I got a book
Yeah.
called The Intelligent Investor. I really like that. After I'm done with it, I'm willing to give it to
Yeah,
you
sure, I'll have to
because,
check it out.
like, there's a difference between, like, investing, like how we do it, and actually investing
Yeah.
intelligently.
Ah.
Like, looking at balance sheets and if they're profitable.
Yeah,
and shit
probably
like that.
important stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So,
Yeah.
good shit overall. And
Good shit.
thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me.
See you guys on the next one. In the next podcast, it's probably going to be with Johnny Gabara talking about software and being a computer science major at ASU.